Alright, Shalawam, Shalawam. Alright, first and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor be to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well, and sincerity taught us its truth. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3, men, women, and children, maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. It's your brother Yerami Kazak back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit, power, and strength of Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Alright, that's true names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yahawah equals He is, He exists. Yahawashi equals He saves, He delivers, He is salvation. And Rakakadash equals a spirit that's holy, a spirit that's set apart. When you call upon your power, you want to call upon Him in those names. Alright, that's in the Lashawan Kadash. Okay. Now, this one is going to be entitled No Free Will. Right? And I was just reflecting on just life in general, man. Just teaching, preaching, doing all of this, being around, learning, growing, getting the breakdowns, getting understanding. Where if you look 10, 20 years ago, you might not, you wouldn't have been in this thing. You didn't have no understanding of it, no recollection. Like, you would what? Hey, I was what? A Christian. Came up with Protestant. You know what I'm saying? So, just bullshit. Church. Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, right? Then Sunday again. Twice on Sunday sometimes. Okay? So that's how it would have been. That's what it was, right? It wasn't never really understood and got the proper breakdowns and understanding. Okay, so let's go get a couple precepts. And it's not going to be long. Right? It's going to be a quick one. But this is Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of Yahawah. How can a man then understand his way, his own way? You can't understand your way. Right? We had different dreams, desires, things that we wanted to do, but Yahawah will take you out of those things and place you where you're supposed to be. Okay? Put you and set you up to preach and teach and bring this word out, because that's what you're supposed to be doing for Him. So it's not of you. All right? This is Job 34 and 21. For His eyes are upon the ways of man, and He seeth all his goings. Okay? There is no darkness nor shadow of death where the workers of iniquity may hide themselves, for He will not lay upon man more than right, that he should enter into judgment with power. He shall break in pieces mighty men without number, and set others in their stead. Therefore He knoweth their works, and He overturneth them in the night, so that they are destroyed. With that being said, everything that you do is set in motion. He is the what? The Father of spirits. So He places spirits on individuals. Okay? You got the Christian narrative is that the devil is fighting God and all of that. When if you actually read the Bible, no, the Most High is controlling everything that's going on. Okay? Matter of fact, let's get that in Isaiah, the 45th chapter. Starting at verse 5. I am Yahawah, and there is none else. There is no power beside me. So the devil ain't sitting right there beside Him, or sitting in some place you call hell and pulling the strings somehow. No, it's not what's going on. There is no power beside me. I girdled thee, though thou hast not known me. Even though you don't know the Most High. You don't know Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi. You don't know the names. You don't know the proper understanding. The Most High still created you. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like you looking and you saying, I don't believe you. I don't believe in you. It doesn't matter. He created you. He set you up to do what you're doing. Okay? He put you in whatever position you are in. All right? Verse 6, that they may know from the rising of the sun. Don't the sun rise on the east? All right? And from the west, that there is none beside me. I am Yahawah, and there is none else. Every single day, doesn't that sun rise? Okay? Does it quit rising? Okay? At the end of the day. So you should know just by the sunrise and the moon coming out, the stars setting up in the sky, in the same position where they supposed to be at, with all this going on. All right? Somebody created all of this and set it in motion. Okay? Verse 7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahawah, do all these things. Even these individuals in the comments, you saying, this individual said you must be a black Israelite when nobody's black. So even that term that was brought out in 1999 of blacks, right? Black Israelites, that's actually a CIA term. But, you would have to research and study, all right? You have plenty of Israelites that are lighter skinned, that are darker skinned, all right? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You do not have to be a so-called black, whatever that means. It's no country called black. You understand? So that right there is a narrative that has been pushed out here on this earth. And that's even showing you that. Let's go to Psalms 17 chapter, verse 13. Arise, O Yahawah, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the Most High is using the wicked. They're his sword. Okay? A sword can be in the form of many different things. A gun, whatever type of thing that's used to harm and inflict and bring malicious vibes to an individual. So a doctrine in your head, such as Christianity, right, that's teaching you incorrectly, is being used as a sword, right? They're making the Father's name, they're using it in vain because they're making it of no effect. You don't know the Father's name anymore because you never been taught it and you never say it, right? So by you not calling on Yahawah, by you just calling him God, it's many gods. As the scriptures say, it be Lord's many, it be God's many, right? So that's a doctrine that you gotta overcome. It just take a little bit of research. The Father has a name. He gave it to Moses. Okay? Look at what this individual said. A new law just came into Australia. Cops don't need a warrant to enter someone's house. And that's also a law that's actually out here in America. 100-mile law. Anything 100 miles from the coast, cops can just go in and they can search and seizure. Okay? So, yes, that's absolute control, right? Because that's showing you what's in the scriptures, the prophecies that are written, right? Where this so-called New World Order will come to place is being taken place, okay? Digital ID system, RFID C-HIP, all right? All this stuff taking place. So that's beautiful that you even put that on the comment board, right? Now let's keep going. And let's go to Proverbs, the 16th chapter. To furthermore talk about free will. No free will, right? Verse 1, the preparations of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from Yahawah. Okay, so the Most High has set you up. If you understand that the spirit is a fire, all right? Matter of fact, let's get that in Jeremiah, the 5th chapter. Jeremiah 5:14. And it reads, wherefore, thus saith Yahawah, power of hosts, because you speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them. So it's no need for us to get carnal or to attack you physically or anything like that. No. I'm just going to bring these scriptures out, man. Let these scriptures speak. Let the Father's word speak. Okay? It's far superior than anything I can say out of my mouth. Anything that I think. All right? So we're going to let that be. So that spirit that's placed in an individual, that right there has to stand firm. That right there has to, trump anything that you got in your little mind. Because I see this individual right here, just constantly talking in the comments, right? But what I don't see is no scriptures. What I don't see is no Bible. This is a Bible-based live. All I'm speaking from the scriptures. I don't give a damn about any opinion that you have. I don't care about anything that you're coming up with out of your mind. Right? You know? So let's keep it going. Let's go back to Psalms, the 16th chapter. Salakia, Proverbs, the 16th chapter, verse 2. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes. So you thinking that the way that you move and all of that is cool and all of that, right? You have no fear of the consequences that come with you not being obedient to the Most High, with you not serving the Most High. You don't think that, it's a consequence for sin when you transgress the law. Okay? All the ways of man are clean in his own eyes, but Yahawah weigheth the spirits. He judgeth the inward of a man, your intentions, the things that you truly mean. All right? Verse 3. Commit thy works. Commit thy works unto Yahawah, and thy thoughts shall be established. So your works, the things that you do, the way that you live, constantly fast and pray. If you constantly fast and pray, bro, it's going to be a change because you're committing your works to Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. So therefore, he's going to establish your thoughts, right? He's going to what? He's going to deal with you better. It's going to be easier for you to teach, preach, because he's establishing your thoughts. Even precepts that jump in your mind, the Most High is bringing them down, raining them down to you. That's why your head should not be covered when you're preaching. That's why you can't teach with no hat on. You can't teach with a hoodie on. It doesn't matter if it's cold or nothing like that. All right? It's a proper way to bring this thing out, and you have to be taught. And that if you don't put that, let's say you building a table and you don't build it the correct way, is it gonna stand over time? No, you got to build it up the correct way for it to stand over time. You don't put the nail in the right spot, then over time it may wither and may eventually fall, even though you got it to stand up. All right, it's many individuals that stand up. You can start a church, okay, but you're not establishing it in the correct way under Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. It's not going to stand. It's going to come to naught, as the scriptures say. Right? So commit thy works unto Yahawah, and thy thoughts shall be established. Yahawah have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So he has created the right-hand side and the left-handed side. He uses the wicked, as we stated, as a sword, and he also uses the righteous. Okay? At the end of the day, I'm not reading anybody. I'm not really reading any comments. So y'all just constantly putting comments. I'm not really reading shit. All right? Keeping it going. This is Proverbs 21:2. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but Yahawah pondereth his heart. He pondereth the hearts, the minds. As I stated, he judgeth the inward. He deals with the inward. He establishes your ways. Furthermore, let's go to the book of Job. This is Job, the 33rd chapter. Let me see. Find it real quick. This is Job 33rd chapter, starting at verse 14. For power speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. All right? So you read the Bible and you lack understanding. You don't care what it says. I'm bringing out scriptures and you don't care to listen. You know what I'm saying? If you're still commenting while I'm preaching, that means you're not listening. Okay? You're not actually taking in the information that's coming out. This is what a lot of people do in this world, especially Americans. All right? You come and have a conversation, but you don't actually listen to comprehend. You listen to talk back. You listen to rebuttal. Verse 15. In a dream and a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed. All right? Then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction. He sets up ways that you must go and carry out. all right, while you're sleeping. So he puts those instructions in your head, in your body. He puts those spirits on you, man. All right. Verse 17, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. He keepeth back his soul from the pit and his life from perishing by the sword. He is chasteneth also with pain upon his bed, and the multitude of his bones with strong pain, so that his life abhorreth bread and his soul dainty meat. All right. So your ways are established by the Most High. So it's no such thing as free will. When your ways are established and everything is already predestinated. Let's go to Ephesians 1 and 4. According as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahawashi to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. He's talking about Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? No other nations. All right? So to even be of that lot that's predestinated, you have to be an Israelite. Okay? Verse 6, to the praise of the glory of his grace, wherein he hath made us accepted in the beloved, in whom we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins, according to the riches of his grace, wherein he hath abounded towards us in all wisdom and prudence, having made known unto us the mystery of his will. Who understands the mysteries? The prophets, the saints, the ones that have been given the breakdown and the understanding. Not you foolish Americans, man. You don't understand the ways. You don't have the breakdowns. You don't got the understanding. All right? Y'all deny the Bible. Y'all hate the Most High. It's constant. If I actually go through these comments and look at this guy. He said God is a superstition. Okay? Look at y'all. Y'all just talking from y'all mind, man. This individual said religion was created when the first con man met the first fool. All right? Well, okay, you believe that. That's you. You know? But guess what? When nukes rain down on this earth, when nukes rain down on America, you know, you gonna remember this encounter. Okay? I'm a weak man. Like, your opinion. I take care of my family, bro. All right? I'm at the grocery store right now getting my family some food. Okay? But I'm a weak man. Because what's your standard? Well, whatever standard that I failed for you, well, I'm sorry. I don't take care of you. You understand? I'm not here to take care of you. So if I'm a weak man according to your standard, then whoop-de-doo. Does not matter to me. According to the Bible, I'm good. You understand? All right? Yeah, but this is not your platform. So I would in turn say that you're weak for being in a place that you're not wanted. For being in a place where you're not welcomed. For being in a place wasting time because you don't agree with me, right? So I'm going to give you a scripture and then I'm going to get you up out of here. This is Proverbs 17 and 21. He that begetteth a fool doeth it to his sorrow, and the father of a fool hath no joy. Anyone that's around a fool, an individual that cannot understand wisdom, he cannot understand the correct way of life. There's nothing wrong in the Bible. The Bible tells you not to eat lobster, crab, shrimp, shell, fish. It tells you not to commit adultery, right? It tells you not to commit fornication, things of that nature, right? What in the Bible is striking your nerve that's wrong? Let me know. What do you not like in the Bible? Okay? I don't understand. Right? You can't give me nothing in the Bible that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm going to get you up out of here. And let me do some crowd control real quick. All right. Man wrote that. Yeah, inspired by the Most High. I'm going to get you up out of here as well. Okay. Your God is not strong enough to write his own Bible. Left man said they inspired. Yep, and get you up out of here as well. Because you people believe in your own flesh. Y'all believe in your own lusts. As it said in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, it shall be scoffers and mockers in these last days. Right? And that's what y'all are. Anybody? Okay, this individual said, imagine making the gospel about the color of your skin, eternal flop. But did I say anything about skin color at all in this live? No. So that proves you're a liar. Said nothing about skin color. Right? So I'm going to get you up out of here too. All right? Anybody else? And Tawada, Matthew 5:11, Shalawam, to this brother Malak. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Exactly, and that's what we just saw. With all those comments, all these bug outs, okay, that came to what? To, in a sense, in their way, persecute me. Dude said I'm a weak man. I'm a weak man. Alright? But I get out on the corner every weekend and preach, man. But I'm a weak man because I'm standing for what I believe in. I'm a weak man, though. I take care of my family, though. I'm a weak man, though. Right? I run my house with discipline and order and structure. But I'm a weak man. Okay? Today is the Shabbat. Right? You know what I'm saying? We move in religious order and structure. Okay? We follow certain guidelines and standards. But I'm a weak man because I have an order about myself. Well, I don't, brother, I don't know what a strong man is for you. You on a whole nother level. You know, you on a whole nother level that I'm trying to get there. Whatever you doing, I'm trying to get there. That man said, I'm a weak man though. But it's all good, man. You know what individuals think, it does not affect us. Okay? Brother drop verse 10 too. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Exactly. Yeah, and he's extremely misguided. I ain't know this brother was dropping precepts. Hey, Salakia, hey, Shalawam, man. Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Barak, Ahtham to you and your household. Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe? Shall that unbelief make the faith of power without effect? Exactly, man. You know, regardless, these prophecies are going to come to pass. This truth stands tall through it all. Okay? They done tried to take it and manipulate it. They got the Baptists, they got the Protestant, they got the Catholicism, they got the Methodist, they got all these different denominations. But as it says in Ephesians, the 4th chapter, it's only one faith. It's only one truth. Right? So that furthermore lets you know, here's all these different camps. One of them is going to be correct. Right? And their affiliates. And hey, I stand here 100%. Say that's Great Millstone and their affiliates, man. All right? Because that's where that truth is. That's where Yahawashi would be. Okay? He is there. He is the head of that. All right? The body of Hamashiach. You know what I'm saying? That's what we can honestly see by discerning. That's it. Okay? Get this individual up out of here. Nah, ain't no Church of Latter-day Saints. Oh. I don't know if you was for us or against us, Salakia. And it ain't about being strong or none of that. Right? I'm whatever Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi made me. And that goes back to the title of no free will. I'm whatever the Most High, made me to be. Right? Yahawah, he made me to be a prophet. I would rather that, right? But if he don't want me to do this, then hey, he'll take me away from this. All right? It's understanding, when you get to that point of understanding that you're a worm, your humility is showing, you lower yourself, you drop all pride, and man, look, this is a prayer that brothers should pray, man. Just pray to him and just use me how you want to. I'm a vessel. That's all you are. I'm a vessel, right? Every time I preach, every time I do whatever, I ask him to speak through me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's it. That's it. Don't let my words, don't let what I want to say come out. Let what you want to say come out. That's the best way to do this thing. All right. 1 Corinthians 1:26 in the NLT. Remember, dear brothers and sisters, that few of you were wise in the world's eyes, or powerful or wealthy when Yahawah called you. Instead, power chose things the world considers foolish in order to shame those who think they are wise. And he chose things that are powerless to shame those who are powerful. Exactly. All right. Wisdom of the world is foolishness to the Most High. So your degrees, your seminars, your what you think, your Christian doctrine, all of that is foolishness. All right. It's not going to work out. Come from the scriptures. Okay. As we said in Proverbs 16:3, commit thy works so your thoughts can be established. Commit thy works so your thoughts can be established. Don't try to come up a different. Matter of fact, let's get that since it just hopped in my mind. All right. Any that come up a different way. This is John 10:1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. All right. So you can't come up a different way. You got all these individuals trying to reinvent the wheel. You know, like I said earlier, no teaching with a hat on, bro. But we can do that. The Bible, it wasn't talking about hats. It wasn't talking about snapbacks. Are you foolish? Are you serious? We wore mitries. You know, the mitries had an opening in the top. I got some oil, right? Where's my oil at, man? Like, I got some oil in here somewhere. But if my mitri was closed, right? If I was wearing a mitri, then how am I supposed to anoint myself? I'm supposed to just pour it on the top? It's not going to reach my crown. The crown of your head is the top, not this part. Because I remember growing up in the church, my grandma would always take the oil and she would anoint this part. But that's not the crown of your head. The crown of your head is this. This is where you're supposed to be anointed at. And the oil would run down into your beard. That's the proper way that, it was done in our nation. Right? So for you to come and teach with hats and snapbacks and try to change the ways that were established, to change the proper ways, the customs and the culture, right? And what's set up in the law, okay? You're a thief and a robber. And them individuals normally come with a lot of merchandise, clothing lines, music videos, albums. Alright? Shit is bullshit. 2nd Esdras 15:3. Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity, the unbelief of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Khan. And the waterfall, the precepts. John 15:18. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. You think about what we're speaking. We're coming directly from the scriptures. We're telling people that this place is going to be destroyed. We're telling you it's going to be a mandatory RFID CHIP. We're telling you all these type of things that are crucial to your life. Regardless if you believe it or not, this stuff is going to pass, right? We should have the largest following on earth, but we don't, right? Because we understand that the Most High is not dealing with everybody. But you would have all this folly, these so-called celebrities, these rappers, these what is it? Folly is set in great dignity. You got these Mr. I Show Speed and all these goofies, Cal Sinet. These guys, you can go on a streamathon and stream 7 days straight or whatever you do. And you got people watching you while you sleep. That's wow. So you look at the folly that's set up in this place, man. Straight bullshit. But the world loves them because the world is in an upside down state. It's not in a glorious state. It's in a state of confusion, a state of chaos. But going back to the lesson, man's goings are of Yahawah. It's no such thing as free will. It was all set up to be like this. All right? For the world that what is it, man? Many will perish, but the world that is being created is for few. All right. And not saying it's gonna be a whole new earth, no, but this new kingdom, this whole new society, this whole new establishment, which Yahawashi is gonna be at the top of that. All right. It's gonna be life. When this society is full of death, okay, the food, the ways, the thoughts, the ideologies, right, the philosophies. You got literally LGBTQ out here on month, teachers, books for LGBTQ. It's in the video games now. I'm tired of this shit. I can't even play a fucking video game without that agenda being attached to it. You know? It's all in the shows. Like, I was watching The Witcher, and it's it's in it's in season 4. You know, and it's in other seasons, so it's everywhere, right? And you think that this is how the Most High envisioned this place to be. No, but he has given every nation a time to rule. He has established every nation a time of rulership, all right? And brought us low for our disobedience. Now it's time to bring us back up. But that's all according to the scripture. You know? I'm about to wrap it up because the point has been made. Going back to Ephesians, the 1st chapter. Because I know y'all still dropping them in the comments, in the comment board, man. Going down to verse 11. In whom also we have obtained an inheritance, being predestinated according to the purpose of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his own will. So not your will, but the counsel of the Most High's will. The way the Most High established everything. His will be done. Don't we say that? Let your will be done as it is in heaven. Let it be done on earth. Okay? It's not Yahawashi wasn't talking about his will. He said let the Father's will be done. So it wasn't even Yahawashi's will to go up on the cross. What did he say? Hey, let this cup pass from me. I ain't trying to drink this. You know? It's not who in their right mind would want to go in unalive? No. But if we gotta go, then we gonna go for something. And that's Yahawah, man. Alright, that's our nation. Okay, that's no greater love than to die for your brothers. Right? But he even prayed for that to be took away from him. But that's the Father's will. As it said in Isaiah the 53rd chapter, verse 10, it pleased the Father to bruise him. That was the Father's will for this to take place. And he is the Lamb that was what? That was predestinated to be sacrificed even before the world was created. You know? So it wasn't no free will. He already knew. That's why every time they came to get him, he said, it's not my time. He's already letting you know, it ain't the time for me to go. Y'all can't really touch me. It ain't time for me to go. It ain't time for me to be touched yet. You know? You thinking you can't do shit to me? Y'all want to throw me off a cliff? It's not about to happen. All right? You know? All right, man. So, I'm gonna get up out of here. Let me see. I'm gonna get some more precepts. All right, brother God. The Bible is our culture. Okay, it most definitely is. If you actually read the Bible, you know, you would actually see that that's our culture. Okay, but you can go ahead and believe these lies that these individuals have pushed to you for years. Okay, this is John 10:25. In the NLT, Yahawashi replied, I have already told you, and you don't believe me. The proof is in the work I do in my Father's name. Exactly. But you don't believe me because ye are not my sheep. Exactly. They not those they predestinated for doom. They predestinated to be destroyed. Okay? That's how they were set up. They have a lot, and those individuals are back. So when you ask, you be like, well, why everybody don't believe? Because those same souls that didn't believe back then are back now. They even taking on the same names. You got Sakari. Daggermen. What is Sakari known for? Toting guns. They literally would go to camp with guns. Alright? They want to shoot it out with somebody. So they're carnal, man. And what happened back then? They didn't believe in Yahawashi. They fought it out with Rome, and they got their ass kicked. So what you think is going to happen this time? They're going to fight it out with Rome, because this is Rome 2.0, and they're going to get their ass handed to them. You can't fight it out with the government, man. Are you stupid? All y'all got pew-pews and shit like that. Okay? Foolish, man. 2nd Esdras 8:1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world, the water, that's the one, this world for many, but the world to come for few. Beautiful. Verse 3, there be many created, but few shall be saved. And that's why we got the brotherhood, man. All right. So, amen. With that being said, point has been made. All right. Now, to this individual, you believe me. Hey, it ain't about me. Believe the scriptures. That's what the scripture says. Okay? You know, but Halalyam la Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, that you believe what's being brought out. I subscribe to the page and tap in. I try to go live frequently, or I upload videos every single day. Right? So just tap in and, you know, hopefully Yahawah Shem Yahawashi will reveal it to you. Okay? Okay, Jody girl, I didn't say I was saved. Nobody's saved. If you read the scriptures, Matthew 24:13, it says endure unto the end. You're not saved. Nobody's saying they're saved. So stop putting words in my mouth, right? What you need to do is just shut up and listen, okay? Nobody said they were saved, okay? We have to endure until the end. That means we have to go through everything that's taking place and endure it. Like you, I have to endure you. I bugged out. You know, I have to endure the dumb comments that you're putting on the comment board. I have to endure that shit. Or I could simply hit the block button, right? Now, I'm trying to give you one warning. Okay? So, hey, with that being said, man, hey, facing the east, giving all praises, honor, and glory be to Yahawah, by Sham, Yahawashi, by Sham Kakadash. As always, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect. All right. As always, Kwam Yasharahla, rise Israel, and Ababa Ball to this wicked kingdom. May Yahawah Shem Yahawashi destroy this bitch yesterday, man. I get one more precept. Brother got Ecclesiastes 5:1. Exactly. That's what she should apply. Going to the 3rd verse. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of power, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Now, in that 3rd verse, it'll tell you that a fool is known by multitude of words. Okay? And the 2nd verse will tell you not to be rash with thy mouth. I didn't say we were saved. So you're being rash, and you're already coming with a presumptuous sin. And this is what most of you women do. You already have a predetermined mindset in your head. And this is why you look foolish. All right? Brother put it, be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before Yahawah, for Yahawah is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore, let thy words be few. If you're saying that I said something that I didn't say, that would be considered slander. You understand? All right? Get this up out of here. Okay, man. Y'all weird. These people weird in the comments. But hey, I already saluted. Shalawam. And the water for all the precepts, bro. The water, bro. Alright. With the brother Malak 444. Hey, the water, man. Yahawah Shem Yahawashi Barak Ahtham to you and your household. Shalawam.